factory, hotel, university are using our face recognition panel with temperature detections instead of using conventional temperature scanner. Let's find more for our customers.
When you use a facial recognition product, you have to make sure that it gives you the right level of recognition accuracy, and not you get a print out of your face and get someone to scan it for you.
With this fast system, it is our problem. The system, we doesn't have to do manual. Everything is there.
We can actually register our students and staff into the device, and it will be nice that when you get your face recognized, the machine actually greets you.
We also record the face or record the body temperature. If you are not using mask, it can alert you as well. If anything not appropriate for the guests to come in, then it trigger the alarm, the siren, then we know. Because this will give our guests or staff a confidence that we have this system that can protect them.
We always want to use the latest technology to make sure that our students are comfortable and safe to learn in our environment. HELP is already a well-known university, and we want to maintain that level.
We use AI technology to improve the efficiency and effectiveness not only in security solution but also business operation. Contact us for more details. Gamma, your AI guard.
Hi everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's welcome 2021 from an artificial intelligence perspective with transforming security and business efficiency with AI video surveillance webinar, organized by Star Media Group and in partnership with Gamma Solutions and John Berhad. My name is Lily from the Star Events team, and I'm your host for today. Just a gentle reminder that this session will run for about an hour or so. Okay, some background about today's topic. IoT-enabled AI creates smart machines that stimulate intelligent actions and support business decision-making. We are honored to have with us at this webinar a power lineup of industry experts to explain how AI is going to supercharge surveillance with smart technology resulting in business efficiency. All right, a few technical quick housekeeping matters before we begin. As everyone dials in to this webinar through different internet bandwidth and devices, you may or may not experience a minor technical glitch. So please be patient if there's any. To minimize the risk of technical glitch, all participants are muted, video cam turned off, and chat box is disabled by default. But do participate by posting questions to our panels. On your user panel, click on the Q&A button and post your question. There will be a poll question at the end of those of you on Zoom. Please spend a few minutes to complete it, and it will help us greatly in providing continuous great experience for you at all our future events. Now I know everyone is eager to hear from our list, our first speaker, but before we get started, we have some very exciting news. You will stand a chance to win the IP camera worth $399 each. All you need to do is stay tuned to the end of the session, and we will ask a question related to the discussion topic. First 5 participants to answer correctly will walk away with the prize. Kindly provide your answer, name, telephone number, and email address. All right, without further ado, I would like to invite Pichaya Limpives, Regional Director from Internet of Things Sales, Asia Pacific and Japan Territory for Intel Corporation, on the role of Intel in artificial intelligence development. Over to you, Pichaya.
Yep. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here. And again, welcome again to all of you to this webinar. Again, thank you, Gamma team, for having me here. My name is Pichaya Limpives from the Intel Corporation, from the Internet of Things sales group. And today I'm going to be sharing with you the role of Intel in the artificial intelligence development. Right. So I think at this stage, everybody has experienced, directly or indirectly, the artificial intelligence or AI. Especially when you think of when you search on Google, you use your phone, do online shopping and all this, and they suggest product to you. Those are all the AI technologies. But outside there in the real world, there's still a lot of AI development and deployment happening. And you see a lot of examples here. I'll give some highlights. If you look into the emergency response type world, right? Let's say there's gunshot happening somewhere, and there's a microphone together with cameras happen to detect those signals. It will automatically send that notification to the police force to take some actions, right? And with the specific locations. In the healthcare, especially in this current COVID environment, you all have seen all the temperature scannings that detect your face, or in some of the advanced one, they even look at the distance between people walking in the mall, right? So those are all a great AI applications example. Or in the industrial world, you can look into the cameras also detecting some anomalies in the product during the quality control, okay? Or in the retail shop, many of you may not know, when you walk into the store today, the store already count you as a person entering the store, how many people are there in the store, which particular shelf or aisles you visit more often than the others, right? And create and map those retail and shopping journey from you, right? So a lot of great example out there. So nobody denies that. And there's a lot of economic impact. And McKinsey put it there that it will reach even up to $13 trillion, right? Which is a lot of money out there. So for you as a enterprise customers, owners, you may start thinking, what are your digital transmission strategies? What's your AI strategies? Are you ready and having these change? Now, scoping down in a bit of the topic that we want to discuss today, which is focusing on the vision AI. What's happening in these few years is that there's been a lot of change, whether in terms of technology investment or in terms of the market demands and trend, right? Everybody sees that there's more and more cameras, surveillance camera out there in almost every corner of your city or country, right? So a lot of cameras, and when there are a lot of cameras with the higher definitions, that means there's a lot of video data out there. Even back in 2019 itself, there's already like 2.5 thousand petabytes of data generated each day. And you look into how Cisco put it, right? Over 80% of all the internet traffic by the end of this year will be all video. That's a lot of video, okay? And in terms of the market data of the market available, right? From 2018 growing into 2025, it's about 60 times growth. Yes, you heard it right, 60 times, not 6 times. From 600 million, a little over 600 million into about $40 billion. So that's a big market demand and trends out there that we all should be aware. And to link into the cameras deployment, I have given an example. Imagine, let's say in a city, there are hundred thousands of cameras. How much of the resources would be required to monitor all of them? I would say almost impossible. Either you need a lot of human resources there, or you can use technologies to tackle the challenge. That's why you see the numbers of the network video recorder with a deep learning technologies enabled being used in those network video recorders. You got your network video recorder now need to be much smarter, right? In order to handle a lot more video streams and data out there. So with all these market trends and the technology trends that are happening, our job here at Intel is to ensure we as a technology companies has the right product, has the right tool, has the right software toolkit for the ecosystems and all the partners out there, so that we deliver the solutions into the hands of enterprise customers like all of you. Now, I want to share a bit of what's happening behind the scene when we talk about the AI development before it gets into the solutions that you are using today, right? So from Intel side, we're looking into 3 key points. One, to the hardware developers or all the hardware manufacturers out there. Intel make it easy for them to develop a hardware, whether it's the NVR itself, whether it's the analytic servers, or even the smart cameras. We have all these different product and platform for them to use, and a design guide with reference design as well for those hardware manufacturers. And even down into talking about boosting some of the performance, right, of those deep learning workload handling. We have AI accelerator card product portfolio to support those as well. Now, on the software side, you all know that the key ingredients or the most important parts of all these AI algorithms, right, come from the software ecosystems. So whether you're a developer out there or you are the enterprise customers that have your developer team, doing all these testings and running of your own workload, you can use all these great toolkits that Intel has to provide, right? We have multiple tools to help you optimize the performance when you run your workload, right? Or we even have specific and customized kind of software that is used for specific industries, like for industrial purposes or vision purposes. Okay, and many other tools here, which I'm not gonna get into every single one of them. And even for some of you who's looking to run a prototype, you can look into the development tools, development kits that we have with various technologies, whether it's the VPU technologies or the compute technologies that we have, right? So those are kind of the hardware and software tools that are happening behind. And again, the job for us is not to sell product, and have all you buy all these tools. Actually, most of those tools are free. But the key thing I want to highlight here is that we at Intel want to make sure that all these developing experience for all of you are meaningful and most optimized, and you running all these and getting access to the latest and greatest technologies with the most optimal cost of hardware being used, right? So imagine if somebody is a developer, right, having their own model, or maybe not even having their model yet. They can also, get those model or pre-trained model from the open model suite. Or if you have your own, you can also optimize on your model, because if you already plan to, deploy these algorithms, right, for the inference stage, okay, you can use Intel OpenVINO toolkit to optimize your model to make sure that it runs best on the Intel architecture. So these are examples of the tools that we have given to the industries. Okay, so that way you're getting the best performance out of it at the most optimal cost. So why do I need to tell you all this? Because Gamma Solutions, who you're working today or planning to work with today. They've been great partnership with us, with Intel, and they've been using all these latest and greatest technologies. And in that regards, you as the enterprise customers, the end users, have indirect access into all these great tools, and you're buying the most optimal solutions out there. Okay. So those are on the hardware and software side that help with the development. Now, we're helping the industry even further. Okay, technologies is one thing, but when we talk about AI development and the solution development, we look it into two approaches, right? So one, at the get to market stage, where you start developing your solutions, we help you from the ground up, starting from, increasing your knowledge of AI through our trainings and our workshops, give you and provide you all the access to the software resources and the tools that we have to help you, especially on the AI inference side, okay? And jumpstart the development, okay, by providing you with the starter kit, okay? Again, there's a lot of selections out there too. Find the right one that fits your workloads and needs and requirement, okay? And once you finish developing your prototype, before you move into the next stage, which we call go-to-market, we also help our partners or solution provider, right, by differentiating their portfolio, for example, find the right target market, the uniqueness of the applications. And when you get into production stage, we even help, for example, matchmaking with the right partners, the most optimal cost and design that fits your need, and even help on the marketing side to help you ramp and scale your AI solutions, okay? So again, there's been a lot of great examples out there, many AI vision use cases, and I have a lot of example here. For example, worker safety, access control, and you walk in there, you want to ensure that, hey, all your factory workers have all the gears, traffic management through smart city solutions, or, a shopper traffic mapping, understanding and knowing your whole journey in the shopping areas and store, right? Or all the security related, whether it's, at the public side or the private side, or, even in manufacturing, again, detecting anomalies or using machine vision technologies to help with the quality control example, right? Understand that there's a lot of examples that a Gamma solution team is going to be sharing with you all today. Okay? But again, if you are interested in AI, you want to understand and learn more about the technologies that we have to offer, or some of the already developed AI solutions, feel free to get access into these links that we have, or just go to intel.com and then search for these terms. Okay. With all that, that ends my presentation. I hope, again, thank you for your attention and enjoy the webinar today. Thank you.
Thanks, Pichaya. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have our power lineup of speakers to address, discuss, and share with us their wealth of knowledge, experience, and thoughts on transforming security and business efficiency with AI video surveillance. Our first guest has been managing and directing the company sales team. He's Jason Lee, Company Sales Manager, Gamma Solutions, Sdn Bhd. Our second guest, Sim Tiong Yan, is the Business Development Manager of Gamma Solutions, Sdn Bhd. He explores and develops the company new product solution and markets them. He also assists in company management and strategy planning. Lastly, our panel moderator for the session, one Farhana binti one Inga. She is an IoT software engineer. Her specialties are in designing, developing, and testing new software solution projects. She also consulates the team to evaluate user interface for software projects. Before I hand it over to Farhana, a gentle reminder to everyone that if you have any questions to our panels, please post it in the Q&A box. All right, over to you, Farhana.
Hello and hi everyone. Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon. And I'm Farhana from Gamma Solutions Sdn Bhd as IoT software engineer. So today we have two great panelists with us, which is first our panelist is Mr. Jason Lee as
Hello.
company sales manager from Gamma Solutions Sdn Bhd, and also Mr. Sim as business development manager also from Gamma Solutions Sdn Bhd.
Yes, afternoon.
So, to not waste the time, in these sessions, we will discuss in more details about AI, which stands for artificial intelligence. So we want to know what is AI video surveillance, so how it works and what the benefits of this technology that can be applied to many different sectors and industries. So I will start to Mr. Sim. Mr. Sim, what you wish to share to the audience today?
Yeah, thank you, Ifa. Good afternoon to all. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So good afternoon to all our friends from different business segments. I'm Sim here. So it's glad to have some time for me to have my sharing over here. Anyway, allow me to have a brief introduction on Gamma Solution before we start. Okay. So Gamma have been in security surveillance industry for 20 years since year of 2000. And right now we are focused on artificial intelligence, also called AI, security and surveillance. And we do working closely with Intel for many years. So now we are the Intel embedded partner for digital security and surveillance, associate member of Intel Internet of Things Solutions Alliance, Intel Market Ready Solutions, MRS provider in Southeast Asia regions. Okay, so today I'll focus on what and how facial recognition is working, and also how facial recognition will help in enhancing security and business efficiency. Okay, let's have a look on the simple diagram on how facial recognition works at the screen here. So as you can see on the screen now, so it is just like an IP CCTV camera connected with the server. The facial recognitions actually can be done either at camera side, or we call as a edge device facial recognition, or server side, or we call as server-based facial recognitions. So if your premise is with large compound and with many entrants and need facial recognitions, then actually it is more suitable to deploy the server-based facial recognitions. And facial recognition can be integrated with CCTV system for typical security monitoring purpose, or is also able to integrate with access control system for access control to certain zone with which need a higher level of authentications. Okay, and now I'll share with you some of the benefits for facial recognition to be applied in security surveillance. First, definitely, they don't run away with security. So this is one of the most obvious benefits when we apply facial recognitions in security surveillance, especially for business with blacklisted people or criminal suspicious. So in this situation, facial recognition actually can trigger alerts and help to notify user for deterrence preparations. And next, convenience. Facial recognition actually can be used for access control, but compared with other door access system, facial recognition does not need things like special keys or access card for verification. So there are also no any external thing that can get lost if we apply facial recognition, or even stolen, or even manipulated. And some more, if there is an integration with company HR system, facial recognition can be used to make things like staff payrolls, KPI index measurement, and so on. And following, we have employee productivity as a third benefit. For example, if the staff use facial recognition to clock in on working hours, so they will know they will be responsible for completing a specific job within a specific amount of time. Then, in this case, they will be more likely to perform better. And other things, it will also cut down on things like unauthorized break or lunch break that run too long hours by staff. So facial recognition allows supervisors to ensure their staff are where they're supposed to be and doing what they're supposed to do as well. Okay. And how about accuracy? So if we look at the traditional time tracking system like access card, there's a plenty of room to have errors. For example, the staff may forget to clock in or out when coming in or going out together with their colleagues. This is quite common, happen in many companies. And some staff even use the body punching to help colleague to report the attendance, which means they help their colleague to punch the attendance card. But if you come to facial recognition, you're able to remove all these risks or we so-called human-made errors. And fifth, what we have here is an improved customer experience. So this is widely applicable for business with a premium or VIP membership scheme. You help the business employee to recognize their VIP customer and also reduce the conflicts. So I'll discuss on the fifth point on a later topic. And let's have a look on the recent technology enhancement after we know about the benefits of AI facial recognitions. Okay, what I have for first is multiple face recognition in single CCTV camera. So as you can see on the screen, one facial recognition camera actually capable to recognize 6, maybe 8, or even up to 10 faces concurrently in one video. So this will reduce the time to scan all the face or the high volume people moving into an entry point, like the main entrance, main gate, or so on. Okay. Liveness detection upon facial recognition. So there was a dilemma with the old generation of facial recognition, which it will force detect the fake face as a real human face. So what a fake face I mean here is like, for example, the human face photo, people face printed on paper, and etc. But at contrast, the new facial recognition technology able to differentiate whether the face is real or fake. So it will actually eliminate the issue of granted access using fake face for facial recognition. Okay, and what we have next, face drop detection in electronic map. So I believe for those friends who own the CCTV or video management system, you may commonly see this electronic map in your system. So what facial recognition can play a role in the electronic map is through a predefined electronic map with the actual location which the camera have been placed. We can know where's the specific people moving from one camera point location to another locations. As you can see on the screen there, there's an arrow pointing here and there is where the people, the same people moving here and there within the cameras. And face search and storyline playback. So as I mentioned earlier in facial recognition diagram, the facial recognition system will connect to video management system, CCTV, okay, and perform recordings. So all the facial recognition video footage will actually be stored instantly in VMS, video management system, for tracing purpose. For example, if there's a kid missing in the shopping mall, the mall security team can trace the kid by storyline playback in with facial recognition until they found the kids in the camera location where the kids is recently located. So this is a very good benefit. And not forget to mention on Face ID enrollment via mobile apps. So I believe nowadays, we know that smartphone have become the necessity for everyone. We can see almost everyone with a small smartphone on hand. So with this convenience, actually the mobile apps will allow the business operator to do the new Face ID enrollment anytime, anywhere, as long as the mobile apps connected to their facial recognition server. So this has reduced the hassle of asking photo for new Face ID enrollment, or even purposely go to PC to do the face enrollment. Okay. And how about video intercom with facial recognition? See on the screen, there's a quite interesting quote there. No face, no access. So this is a very suitable for place with visitor management like condo, office tower, and so on, as the facial recognition can be done in front of intercom camera once a visitor reach the guardhouse or the main entrance of the building. Access only will granted for the correct visitor face. You may find out more from us on how this is working later. Okay. Well, seventh, face recognition with body temperature detection. Okay, so we know that current COVID-19 pandemic have triggered every premises owner to make more precautions and SOP before they allowing anyone to enter their place. So body temperature measurement actually is one of the most important step in the SOP. So this trend has become a new norm. But with facial recognition plus body temperature measurement, premise owner will be able to have a proper temperature report with face capture while controlling the access into their place. So this is very, very good precautions before to stop the over temperature or abnormal temperature people from entering while recording their snapshot of their face. Okay, so I believe all of you have saw the multiple facial recognition themes appear in our company introduction video just now. So here, I have a simple video. I have a simple video on how facial recognition can do fast recognition or fast access at the main entrance. As you can see on the screen now, all the people is going in smooth without stopping and wait for the camera to capture. You just walk and the camera will capture automatically.
Okay. Well, very great explanation to Mr. C. So now we have better understanding how this facial recognition works, and also you mentioned just now all the benefits, right? So, but can you further explain to us on how this facial recognition can be applied to different industries?
Okay. So maybe we start with what facial recognition can do for retail business. So we know that in order to attract more customers, many retail business operators offer the loyalty program. And when the program members visit the retail store, especially the VIP members, the facial recognition system will notify the staff immediately so that the staff will provide the premium service to the VIP customer. Actually, previously, there was a customer staff of our customer having conflict with VIP customer because they don't recognize that it's VIP customer. While at a VIP customer point, they expect the premium service once they reach the shop. So at this conflict can be avoided if they have facial recognitions on VIP members. And other than this, facial recognition also able to identify those the unwelcome or unwanted people with a blacklist Face ID in the database. So such as backtrack, record customer or criminal with identity provided by the authority. And this will help the retail store staff to be more precautious or stop the blacklist people to enter their shop. Also, the face counting, able to provide a counting statistic for business marketing planning purpose. The store operator will know which store is located in hot zone, which hour will most crowd visit the store, and so on. Okay. Facial recognition also able to do the gender and age range of customer, and then provide a better statistic for store operator to plan for their product according to the interest of gender or age. I take an example here. let's say for boutique operator, if they discover more young ladies customer in certain outlet, the outlet can display more young female fashion to suit their purchase intention. So this is a benefit for how facial recognition to collect all this information and generate a new marketing plans. Okay, so what else can facial recognition can benefits for retail? I'm sorry, I got to share my screen again. Okay, so everyone can see the screen, right? Ifah? Yeah.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So, and now we have a look on how facial recognition can use to manage staff in retail. So facial recognition can use to track the staff attendance record, know their clock in, clock out time, and also to confirm that the staff is doing the right task at right time and right location. Okay, for example, the camera in front of the storeroom will be able to record when the specific staff enter or exit the storeroom to perform the inventory task. So it's one of a very straightforward example. Okay, so up to this point, I will have another demo video to show you how the facial recognition can be part of smart retail to help in retail business. So the smart retail also include the POS integration, which also available in our solution. But I skip here. I'll just concentrate on facial recognitions.
Okay, I think there is a lot info we got from this explanation, how this AI face recognition has been applied in retail segment. Today, we might have a lot of attendees of audience with different sectors and industries. So what you want to share more details in this facial recognition that can be applied to them? So what else you can share?
Okay, then maybe now we can try to look on other segment like what I'm going to share on my next slide as well, like manufacturing, logistic warehouse, university or college campus. So if you refer to the three segments which I shared on my screen now, all these segments actually have a similar character, which they have many building blocks They have multi-level buildings. They have many users, either are workers, students, or members. And they both also have few or many entrance access to different building or levels. So let's have a look on how we can apply facial recognition for them. Okay, first, entrance access control by blacklist, whitelist. So those who are in blacklist, when we apply facial recognition, we can set a blacklist for a group of people which are unwelcome and wanted, as I mentioned just now. So those who are in blacklist will not be able to access the premises. And second, door factor authentication. So with face plus card, the card here, I mean, is an access card. So worker or student only can access with themselves appear in front of the entry point. They can't even get other to stand in front of the camera for them. So again, body punching won't happen in this context. Student who ask for friends' help to take the attendance also cannot simply skip the lecture anymore. Okay, so this is an example. And third, time attendance. So same concept with the second point I mentioned just now. Once time attendance linked with a facial recognition system, the time attendance rate actually will immediately improve a lot. Body temperature detections. So again, same with what I shared in retail business just now. So the role of our body temperature detection when work together with facial recognitions. And as mentioned in my earlier sharing, so facial recognitions can be integrated with existing door access to provide better access control, especially for place with many building blocks or multi-level that needs to control their workers or student access properly. Okay. And last, the integration with CCTV system. So the camera used for facial recognition system also can serve security monitoring purpose as other normal security camera, means other normal CCTV. So since most of the facial recognition camera point are located at entry, entrance or exit. Okay, so this is some of my idea on how facial recognition can benefit and apply for these few sectors. Actually, you can have a big more big picture on the segment which is out of these three segments. As long as the segments have a similar character with these three segments, then most of these facial recognition features can be applied as well. Okay, so without delay again, I have my third video to share with you here. So in this video, they'll present a few key features of facial recognition for manufacturing, logistic, warehouse, and university campus. Yeah, you can see fake face is not allowed to granted access. And we do have this GDPR works in concern of the user if they request for the privacy for facial recognitions. So we use the video intercom to integrate with facial recognition system. Okay, so that's all for my parts. Ifa, I back to you now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sim. I hope we all have clearer features on how this facial recognition works. So I think there is still other features on this AI video surveillance besides this facial recognition. So now I want to invite Mr. Jason to share to us more details on this. Can you start now?
Yes, afternoon all. My name is Jason. Today's I'm not talking about face anymore. Face all given to my colleague Sim. Okay. We're focusing on my second part, which is on AI security, on behavior analytics. Okay. So as our Intel partner Brief mentions, okay, the transformation video surveillance I need to emphasize a bit on the conventional way is that conventional video surveillance is all about standby modes, or we call it as passive modes. Rather than we are waiting a lot of things to happen, incident happens, then we take immediate actions. So all these are in slow response. Then we got a lot of false alarm. And once again, if the camera is a lot, then we need a lot of manpower to monitor all the locations. And furthermore, it's time consuming when you want to locate certain incident and playback. Okay. So now when we go into the new transformation of AI technologies, right? So everything focusing on automated, okay? So system need to be automated, trigger alerts, okay, to us in order to give us a more fast response. Oh, this is ultimate goal of improving security efficiency. So on top of immediate alerts, it must give us a convenience to have fast searching. So I can have a flexibility to search based on certain criteria, certain incident or certain criteria that I can jump into the event and straight away trigger the retrieve the event that I needed. So this is fast retrieving, and then reduce manpower, okay, reduce false alarm, and then lastly, we can transform those video stream into useful database for business analysis. Okay, so today I will focus on these three only. Okay, so some of the features how AI video surveillance enhancement, especially looking at security and safety. So what are the business intelligence that we can apply using AI video surveillance, and last, some of the AI application that we can use to compete with, to combat with COVID-19 pandemics. Everyone is following the SOP now. Okay, so the first thing is the enhancements of motion detections. So the enhancement of motion detection now, currently we can actually focusing on human and vehicles. Okay, so eliminate a lot of unnecessary detections. Okay, so by detecting human and vehicles, from there we can even stream down to more specific category, like what type of vehicle we can categorize, and then in humans we can define what kind of shirts and what sort of pants, bottom pants or he's wearing. Okay, so on top, beside people and vehicle detections, we can enhance on intruder alerts. Okay, we use vehicles and people detections, okay, to provide better detection in terms of intruder when we're looking at perimeter fencing, violation stay. So some cars should not be parked around a yellow parking bay. Okay, so we can use it for violation stay. And the third one will be hard hat detections. I will explain more on that one. Okay, so as I mentioned, in the past, motion detection has its weaknesses, which means that we got a lot of false alarms, motion detected, animals pass through, raining, all these things. So with the development of AI video surveillance, especially for human vehicle detections, okay, so we only focus on the important incidents. Okay, so we can reduce a lot of false alarm. Okay, so as I mentioned, for the vehicle and color and human detections, right? For vehicles, okay, we can detect and categorize based on color and types. Okay, so once we have a camera that looking at the streets there, we can detect and identify all the vehicles based on what sort of types of vehicles, maybe a bus, a car, a truck, a motorcycle, or maybe a bicycle. Okay, you can even filter out based on color basis as well. And as for human, okay, we can differentiate and we can identify them based on color, tops and bottom. Now both can be detected live, and we can do a fast searching based on those criteria. Okay, so this is some sample video I have here. Okay, this is one of the industry junction here. Okay, so all the human detection is under the yellow rectangle, and then the cars is under blue one. Okay, so the side here you can see all the human detection is under this. The top is what wearing what color, and the bottom is what wearing what colors. Okay, same as car as well. Okay. And then in terms of filtering, as I mentioned, we need to have a fast process to search based on criteria. Okay, so for example, I want to search a person that passed through that particular walkway, a suspicious person that passed through that particular walkway. Maybe I don't recognize his face, but I tend to recognize what sort of search, what color shirts he's wearing. Maybe I recognize his green color, or yellow pen, or you're running on a blue pen. So I can filter based on color and bottom. So we can also filter based on incident sets. For example, this person, which direction this guy is going through, left or right. So after we filter all these criteria, we perform a fast searching rather than we have to sit over and watching the video surveillance for a whole day to search this guy. Okay. Same as vehicles. Okay, we can categorize the searching based on cameras by types of transportations. Okay, we have cars. We can filter based on bicycle, motorcycle, buses, trucks. Okay, and also cars as well. Suspicious car that runs away, then maybe we can manage to capture the plate number, but if you want to search back this car, what sort of car and colors, then you can still search back whether this car passed through this cross junction or not. Okay. And enhanced filtering, this is one of the sample video I have here. Okay, so for example, this is the car color, right? I want to search based on yellow car, I search the time. Okay, so I can search based on color and based on event. Okay. Now, if you look at vehicle detections, right, I have categorized one of the advanced features, especially on traffic analysis. Okay, so those features includes people counting and vehicle countings. Okay, so we once has an inquiry from a state government that they're required to monitor one of the roundabout. The state government requirement is that they want to monitor the roundabout every morning, and they want to calculate how many vehicles, how many buses, how many lorries, how many trucks that pass through the roundabout. So for them is to manage the time that if they found that the figure or the number of trucks, buses, or sorry, the lorry passes too many, so they will do a time scheduling, maybe for certain time periods, 6 to 9 during this working hour. Those trucks are not, or bus, lorry are not allowed to travel during this period. So they use this as counting analysis for smart city developments. Of course, we have other features, AI features, like we can detect vehicle overspeed detections. We also detect wrong way detections, whether the vehicle is passing the other way around. So violation stay. So we can detect those cars parked at yellow zone, okay, and intruders, also license plates recognitions, okay. So among this point, maybe I would like to emphasize on one of these points, which is the violation stay, okay. So as I mentioned, violation stay, we can detect vehicles that's parked at yellow zone, okay. So some of the vehicles that parks at fire holes or roadsides, okay. Vehicle that blocking those emergency exit doors, fire exit doors. Also a highway for emergency lanes. So suppose those emergency lanes are being used for ambulance and emergency use only. So if any cars that goes through the emergency lanes, unless you will trigger alerts to the authority, then they will give attention on that car, whether it's really need attention to assist or somebody is breaking the law. Okay. So then we move on to intruder, enhancement of intruder detection based on human. Okay, so this is a typical drawing we have using perimeter fencing. So from here, we look at one of the person is trying to climb over the fencing here, right? Okay, so using the AI-based intrusion alert by human detections, we can reduce all those false alarm. Means that, for example, from the previous one, basic motion detection, we receive a lot of false alarm because like this kind of environment, all these trees, the leaves, the raining season just go through, then it will trigger a lot of false alarm. But by using human detection, we are able to get more accurate detections. Now, if you look at the for security point of view, okay, so we can deploy intruder, especially for perimeter fencing's view. For factory, construction site, housing, gated communities, okay. So this is one of the typical diagram picture here. So human detection or a person is trying to climbing a fencing wall, and at the same time, the suspicious car is parked outside as well. So concurrently, we detect 2 alert detections. One is for vehicles, then the other one is for the human. And then this one is more on the housing gated community parameter detections. This is how we actually using AI to enhance security detection based on human and vehicles. And also safety, as I highlighted the point before, emergency lanes. Okay, so you see this car is actually blocking the ambulance going through. So we need to have such alerts. Then the authority can take extra measurement. And also rail tracks. Okay, so this is for safety purposes. No one should trespass this kind of areas. So we have intruder detections. Another extra features for safety, we call it as hard hat detections. Okay, hard hat detection uses to detect whether the personnel is wearing a safety mask during his work or not. Okay, so this is to ensure that our staff is always secure. Okay, so this is one of the demo clips that we want to show here. Okay, so once it activate, right? So as long as a person coming in without wearing any hard hat helmets, then you will trigger alerts. So the first one wearing the yellow mask, okay, alert. Second one with the hard hat, without the hard hat, then they will trigger alerts. Okay, so this is more on safety. Then of course, for safety, we can apply this kind of features for construction site, factories, and manufacturing. Okay, on top of safety-wise, we do have another reverse detection for special application, which is for security. Okay, because some of the industry that doesn't allow us to wear helmet when it comes to certain premises. Okay, so for security-wise, we can do a helmet detections, especially for area like ATM, banking, service counter, all this like wherever got service counter. So we were not supposed to wear helmet coming in for security reason, because they need to capture all our face that comes to the premises. Okay, so we have helmet detections. So as long as the personnel coming into particular premises wearing helmet, then the system will trigger alert instantly as well. I have a video here. You can have a quick view on this sample video. So the person coming in wearing helmet, then it starts to trigger already. And then this guy, okay, normal. Okay, this lady's also wearing cap coming in as well. Okay.
Okay, so thank you so much. But Jason, this AI surveillance you shared with us just now maybe focus on human and vehicle detection. So assuming that today I'm a business operator from a commercial retail, so do you think, do you have any idea you can share with us how AI surveillance can be adopted in this business?
Yeah, good question, Eva. Maybe I ask in the other way around.
Okay.
If Eva, if you were a shop owners, right?
Okay.
You operate a shops or retailer owner, right? So, what sort of information is more valuable to you? I mean, what sort of information you are actually keen to get in order for you to review your businesses, improve your business efficiency?
Or maybe if I'm a business owner,
Yes.
I want to know how many customers come in my premise every day, or maybe I want to know what the product more attractive or sellable to the customers. Another one maybe how to improve my store customer service.
Yes, correct. By using the AI video surveillance nowadays, okay, we can actually achieve all those 3 requirements that you require. Okay, let me show you how it can be done. Okay, so deploying AI video surveillance for business intelligence, we can provide shopper demographic by using people countings. Okay, we can also provide a crowd detections or queue management to improve to see the staff performance and to improve customer service experience. And then product attentions and store layout analysis by using heat map detections. Okay, I'll go through one by one of it. Okay, so we use people counting, okay, to gather information that comes into one premises per day. Okay, so this is one of the sample here. So you can use camera to detect that comes into the counter here, and then we can gather the data total per day. So the data we can generate based on hour, what hour, how many people coming into the premises per hour, per day, per week, even per year. Okay. So from there, you can measure the traffic per average per day, how many people actually visitors come into the premises. And if you ever do a promotions or event or campaign, what is the rapid changes of the figure from conventional, I mean, from average figure, how many percent it increase. From there, you evaluate whether your campaign is successful or not. Okay, this is one of the way that we can utilize the data analysis counting figure. Okay, so we do have a sample here by one of our customers, a shopping mall customer, where they have installed all cameras at all the entrance to keep counting. Okay, so from there he will know, the shopping mall owner will know every day how many visitors coming into their shopping mall, and then on all these entrance they can also identify which entrance is the most popular or people tends to use which entrance to comes in. Okay, so from there probably the corner lot of the shop lots we can increase rental a bit higher. So this is what you do. This is what we advise the customer. They will use it for their analysis. Okay, and on top we are providing a report where it can combine all the counting data analysis into one graphic reports. Okay, so this is some of the sample reports I show here. Okay, so from here you can know that we can filter the data based on hourly. You will know that which hour consists of peak people coming in, number of in, number of out, number of stay. Okay, so you can generate all this report for analysis. If the storage is enough, you can actually cater for a year. Okay. Now then we have crowd detections and queue management. This is more on improved customer service level. People need to get attention because it's gathered too crowded or getting slow response from customer service team. Okay, so we have crowd detection alerts whereby we use video analytics to detect a group of people that's staying for a certain period of time too long. Okay, so store manager can actually assist to have a look on the situation, what is happening, why certain area got such group of people gather around there. Maybe the counter is congested. I mean, the store need to open more counter to assist the waiting time, all these things. And then second, we have queue and checkout management. Okay, this is more on checking on each of the queuing time length. Okay, we can define from this AI analytics features, we can know how many people queuing in one line. Okay, the service time, average checkout time. I mean, average checkout time means that what is the time that per cashier can handle per customers, all these things. So you use this queue and checkout management to analyze first thing the cashier staff performance. Okay, and then you analyze your queue length. If it's too long already, then you probably need to consider open another counter to assist, where instead of letting customer waiting too long. Okay, so this is improvement using AI for queue management. Okay, next will be heat map. Okay, heat map is more interesting. If you mentioned you want to know which product is more sellable, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yes, correct. So heat map heat map uses different color shade to identify motion intensity. The more motion that particular area means more people going there, right? So the product tends to be more interested. Yes, right. So all these motion intensity color based on color codes, the more darker color means that the more people going there. Okay, so maybe I give you a typical example. After we deploy the heat map, what sort of typical questions or answer we get. So for example, when customer come into your premises or your retail shops, do they go to the left or right or center? By using the heat map, follow their path, you will know that people tends to turn left or right. From there, you know the pattern of your shop. So if a lot of people go to left, why? Because that one is near to another exit or near to other shops, or they want, you can put another attractive products there. You can rearrange the layout of the retail store to maximize, utilize the layout of the retail store. And then from there, from the heat map, you can also know which area store have the most motion. So from this picture, you'll know that, okay, the red color means that these few things are more popular. So means that people tend to stay around, walk around, pass through around there, look around the products there more often. Okay, so from there, you know that, oh, these three are the most sellable products or most liked products from customer. And the third one, if these three section got a lot of people coming in, but it's still not sellable, what does it mean? It means that your product is under a very struggle stage. People are interested, but they're not buying. Something doesn't trigger them buying. Maybe the price, maybe you need to provide some promotion, buy a purchase over purchase, all these things. So we left some thought over there. Okay, so this is what we call a heat map detection that analyze the product tensions and the layout, store layout efficiency. And of course, not the I have to emphasize another features is that we can do extra, which is we can count number of people actually staying in area 1, 2, 3. That's correct. So not only the motion level of based on color, okay, the next coming AI features, we can even count number of motion that drop by particular this area. Okay, so this is the book how just imagine if I'm operating a handphone shops. This one is a fruit handphone. This one is a electronic handphone. Okay, right. So I will know that, okay, A brand, B brand, C brand. Which brand of handphone consists of people going there and look for the play around with the display units, okay, more interested. Okay, this is how we do analysis. We utilize all video surveillance with adding with AI technology to do analysis on business. Okay.
Okay, Jason, for current situation like COVID-19, right? So our country still has CMCO for certain state, and it is really affected to everyone, especially in business from various industries. So with this AI surveillance, how we can make use in this kind of situation?
Okay, so especially attention to these COVID-19 pandemics, right? So we have a few solutions, especially target for COVID-19 using AI video surveillance. Okay, so first one would be the face mask detections, crowd control management, and social distance detections. Of course, face mask is mandatory now. Okay, so we can use AI surveillance to detect whether the person is wearing a face mask or not. So for example, this is the video I can show you. Okay, if this person walking through remove his mouth mask, then it will have a trigger alerts. Okay, let the system do the detection automatically. Yes, I saw a lot of signboard, a lot of premises, a lot of shopping premises. They put a signboard: no mask, no enter. Yes, but the people coming in already, maybe never was coming in too late already. So let the system do the detections. As I mentioned, the AI system needs to be fully automatic to trigger alerts. And then of course, crowd control. Okay, so we need to have social distance. So all the premises need to have limited occupancy, no matter is especially for all the shoplets. So we can use cameras, okay, to do a counting, okay, when they exceeded the maximum threshold. Okay, so we can integrate with the digital signboard to put a stop sign here, so the next customer will have to wait to enter for these premises. I have some video clips here. Okay, for example, so we use camera, so count 2, then device is add to 2. So when they exceeded more than 50, then they have to stop already. So the next customer means that they have to wait until The reduction means that if we have another camera to minus out the figure, then the people can come in. So this is a little bit efforts on the COVID-19, especially for COVID crowd control management. Okay, and then the last one will be social distancing. Okay, so we can use AI software to detect and to ensure that everyone is maintaining social distance of 1 meters or even 2 meters. Actually, with the software, we can define either you want to define as 1 meter or 2 meters. Let's have a look at the video here. So after we do configuration, right? So if this person standing queuing is too near, with less than a meter, then they will trigger alerts instantly already. Okay, so I think these are the three AI's development, especially targeted for COVID-19's pandemic SOP solutions. Okay, so I think I need to round up my section here now. I think I will pass it to Ifa.
Okay, thank you, Jason. So it's very exciting actually, because we know now everyone very scared to go out of this current situation, but also some of us maybe forgot to follow the SOP. So now we can see that we can solve some of the problems to remind everyone to wear masks, avoid crowded place, and make sure always social distancing. Okay, thanks for all the explanations. I believe all the audience can understand now how the AI video surveillance can do and how it works so to many sectors and industries. So because we can see that our future many tasks can be done and have the opportunity of this input from this technology. Now maybe we can open for Q&A session. So everyone, if you have any question to ask Mr. Jason and Mr. Sim, you can post your questions on Q&A chat box at the bottom.
Okay, Sim, probably we will just pick a few questions there from the Q&A chat box.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I start some questions to Mr. Sim. We have the question for constraints. What are the limitations we should expect from implementing such technologies apart from bandwidth or network availability? And second, for AI, where is the surveillance engine layer within device or cloud? And the last one, can this device be used not only for surveillance, but for employee attendance tracking? So Mr. Sim, can you answer?
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. I think the first question is asking on the constraints, mainly concerned on the bandwidth. So actually, when come to the bandwidth, we are more concerned on what kind of a camera, what kind of a IP camera we are using to do the video streaming. So it's quite hardly rely on the bandwidth spending on the video streaming, which the IP camera is using. And commonly the bandwidth for video streaming we are using is within 1 Mbps to even up to 10 Mbps. But for facial recognitions, commonly we'll need about 1 to 4 or 5 Mbps. Then will be good enough for each cameras. So we don't need a very high megapixel resolution of camera, which consists of higher bandwidth to do that. Okay. Whereby for the second questions, AI, where's the surveillance engine layer, which within device or cloud? Okay. On top of our device or cloud, I would like to add on that instead of our device or cloud, we also can place the surveillance, the AI engines at the server side. So for our solution, we have both device. We have both, the engine at device, which is the edge side, at server side, and even the cloud, side. So depends on what is the consumer requirements. Okay, but for security surveillance purpose, if we implement for a business premises, especially if you come to the large deployment, which involve many unit of cameras. So we are quite encouraged that you have a local server-based surveillance engine layer, so that it won't increase the burden of the facial recognition works and also the bandwidth. Okay. The third implementation, can this device we use on yes, not only for surveillance. Yeah. Just now we did mention quite sometimes that the facial recognition system, it can be integrated with access control. So there's the attendance module inside the access control system as well. And also for your information, we have also developed a fully owned attendance software by Gamma, which it can be used, incorporate with our facial recognition panels. Okay, so these three of the questions. And the answer, I will type the answer probably to this the gentleman, Sri Ram Ragaman, later. Okay.
Yeah, Sim, I think we can filter also because we got limited time also lah. So we just pick another few questions. So
actually, I did answer the few questions just now.
just one shot already.
Yeah.
So some I guess mentioned that if you able to detect the face recognition if the person is wearing mask lah, right? Yes, I think the answer is yes lah. Okay. Face recognition is based on mask, of course, and then the database need to be preloaded into the server first for do facial recognition comparison. And then the other question is from Krishna Jayadi. Is it for the minimum maximum packs limited per event, right? Okay, that one is it can be set of course as the solution that I show you for COVID-19, right? We have a system that can calculate to limit number of packs that pass through a certain locations. So for example, if that event is only can occupy 50%, so every person that pass through the cameras, the AI will do the counting, and if it's exceeded more than 50, so they will trigger a signboard or integrate with a digital signboard that mention that the maximum occupation of 50% is already achieved. Then probably the next visitor need to be wait. Okay. Sim, I think we can answer the question on the later stage, right? Or because it's
yes, organizer, we have a bunch of questions here. So is that we can just collect the question and then reply to the audience in later.
Okay, maybe I think we will end our panel discussion here, and I will pass to our MC, Miss Lily, to continue. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you Farhana, Jason, and Sim for the great sharing, and thanks everyone for your questions as well. I believe the panelists and all this, they will answer the questions personally on the Q&A box. So now everyone who is watching on Zoom, you stand a chance to win an IP camera worth 399. So the first 5 to answer correctly will receive this gift from Gamma Solutions and Sdn Bhd. So here's the question. What are the main products of Gamma Solutions and Sdn Bhd? What are the main products of Gamma Solutions and Sdn Bhd? So the question will also be posted on the Q&A box. So kindly state your name, email and they answer in the Q&A box. Okay, I can see that there's a number of questions and there are a number of answers that have came in. So we'll be announcing the winners very soon. So while waiting, please spend a couple of minutes to complete the poll. Your feedback means a lot to us. So as we continue to provide you the best experience at all our future events. So we are still churning the winners. So let's watch a video. Yeah.
Why factory, hotel, university are using our face recognition panel with temperature detections instead of using conventional temperature scanner? Let's find more for our customers.
When you use a facial recognition product, you have to make sure that it gives you the right level of recognition accuracy and not you get a printout of your face and get someone to scan it for you.
With this fast system, it is our problem. The system, we doesn't have to do manual. Everything is there.
We can actually register our students and staff into the device, and it will be nice that when you get your face recognized, the machine actually greets you.
We also record the face or record the body temperature. If you are not using mask, it can alert you as well. If anything not appropriate for the guests to come in, then it trigger the alarm, the siren, that we know. Because this will give our guests or staff a confidence that we have this system that can protect them. You know?
We always want to use the latest technology to make sure that our students are comfortable and safe to learn in our environment. HELP is already a well-known university, and we want to maintain that level.
We use AI technology to improve the efficiency and effectiveness not only in security solution but also business operation. Contact us for more details. Gamma, your AI guard. Why factory, hotel, university are using our face recognition panel with temperature detections instead of using conventional temperature scanner? Let's find more for our customers.
When you use a facial recognition product, you have to make sure that it gives you the right level of recognition accuracy and not you get a printout of your face and get someone to scan it for you.
With this fast system, it is our problem. The system, we doesn't have to do manual. Everything is there.
We can actually register our students and staff into the device, and it will be nice that when you get your face recognized, the machine actually greets you.
We also record the face or record the body temperature. If you are not using mask, it can alert you as well. If anything not appropriate for the guests to come in, then it trigger the alarm, the siren, that we know. Because this will give our guests or staff a confidence that we have this system that can protect them. You know?
We always want to use the latest technology to make sure that our students are comfortable and safe to learn in our environment. HELP is already a well-known university, and we want to maintain that level.
We use AI technology to improve the efficiency and effectiveness not only in security solution but also business operation. Contact us for more details. Gamma, your AI guard.
Okay, we will contact the winners directly, and to learn more about Gamma Solutions in Dram Berhad, you can contact them via the contact number given on the screen or email at sales@gamma.com. Also, please share this with your colleagues and friends. Remember to complete the poll. Once again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We truly hope that today's webinar will help you in your future endeavors, and can't wait to see you in our next webinar. Till next time, I'm Lily signing off. Thank you.